welcome to a brand new episode of Farmer's Kitchen, presented by Spinneys with me, Helen Farmer. Whether you're watching or listening, this is your multimedia programme for all you foodies out there. So let's find out what we're cooking on Farmer's Kitchen. Series, we use Spinneys ingredients from the organic, the free from and the free range. It's all about bringing them together with a fantastic chef and create something truly special in the kitchen. And jumpers at the ready because we are in the chilled aisle. Joined by Paul Crawford. He is the category manager here at Spinneys, and we're having a look at alternative milks. Now, this is my neighbourhood store. I'm a frequent customer, and I've seen the offering just explode in the last 6 months to a year. Away from the cow's milk, even the goat's milk we're seeing now fresh, into huge numbers of plant-based milks. Why the explosion?
So the range has got massive recently, and it's down to three main things really. The first one, customers are really conscious about dietary. So dietary needs, customers are recognising the intolerance to dairy. Secondary, their health, and they perceive plant-based milks to be healthier than, say, dairy cow's milk. And the third one is really more ethical and sustainability customers are becoming aware of. And the plant-based milk is actually more sustainable than, say, cow's milk.
So Netflix documentaries.
Exactly. Netflix is helping our sales, yes.
Massive range here. Almond, you know, there's the hazelnut here. What are your personal favourites, or is that like picking a favourite child?
So my favourite brand is actually this range from Innocent. And what these guys do, they really focus on keeping the ingredients really simple. So in their range of hazelnut, oat, and coconut, you'll actually see there's only 3 to 4 ingredients added.
Wow.
So it's water, the actual base ingredient, and say salt, and that's it.
Because there can be a lot of confusion and misconception about saying plant-based equals healthy, whereas there can be a huge number of mystery ingredients added there which don't necessarily add up to a healthy product. When it comes to using some of these, you know, the coconuts, the almonds, the rice, the soy, where do they lend themselves when we're looking at teas and coffees and cereals? What works? So
you mentioned teas and coffees, that's probably the most common use for them. And what I find is that the oat milk is definitely best for teas and coffees. If you've had the misfortune of trying almond milk in coffee, you can see it curdle.
Oh no!
Whereas oat milk blends perfectly and tastes fantastic. Also has that real kind of creamy base, which lends itself well to tea and coffee.
Anything good for breakfast cereals? Because I'm trying to cut out dairy as much as possible at the moment, but with cereal I feel like I'm just used to it after decades of having cow's milk.
Sure, so what I try and recognise is that you try and go for something maybe a little bit sweeter when you're trying it with cereal, for example. So we have sweetened almond milk, or you could have the coconut milk, which is actually that creamier base and provides a brilliant aftertaste as well.
I've had the coconut with chocolate before, and it's like having a Bounty bar in a smoothie.
Yeah.
That can't be good, but I really don't care. It was so delicious. But what about the nutritional profile? You know, we talk about how good protein is, and you know, getting that from cow's milk and other animals' milk as a source. What do we need to know about nutritional when it comes to those alternatives?
Sure. So versus traditional dairy milk, the range of plant-based milks are much lower in fat and calories. So as a result, our most popular one is almond milk, which is actually lowest in calories. But what I'd just say to our customers is really understand the makeup of the product and make the right decision for your family. Because as a result, it comes with lower protein and lower calcium versus dairy milk.
Well, now we know all about our tasty produce and where it's come from. In fact, we know almost everything about it thanks to our Spinneys experts. It's time to pack everything up, head over to the Hyatt Regency, Dubai Creek, and meet our chef, and we're going to be finding out what exactly we're cooking in the kitchen on this episode of Farmer's Kitchen. Thanks. Great to have you with us on Farmer's Kitchen, presented by Spinneys, with me, Helen Farmer, here on Dubai Eye 103.8. Don't forget you can watch the action as well as listen, so head over to our social media channels at Dubai Eye 103.8 FM to see what's happening in the kitchens. And our kitchens today are at Al Manzil. This is at the Dubai Creek Heights, that's the Hyatt Regency. Great event space, it's been used for cocktail parties, for fashion shows, got some live cooking stations. So what do we need? We need a chef. And we're delighted to have celebrity chef Silvena Rowe here. She is the co-founder and chef at Omnia, an amazing restaurant, award-winning restaurant here in Dubai, famed for its vegan dishes, dairy-free, paleo, keto, and so it goes on. So who better to guide us through some of Spinneys' free-from range and create a delicious free-from dish today. We haven't revealed it yet.
Nope.
Some more clues coming your way. But what we have so far, we've been to Spinneys, we've picked up some of our ingredients, and having a look here, we're going to be getting in one by one what is going into our dish.
Okay, so we have some soaked cashew nuts.
How long do you soak them for, chef?
Now, if we have the time, ideally you should soak it overnight, like 12 hours at least. But if you are strapped for time, I suggest that you actually add hot water instead of cool water, and this speeds up the soaking process. So that's quite a nice useful tip when you use nuts for the purposes we're going to be using them.
Don't give away too many clues.
No, but I think those that know
in the know
will already know. Yeah.
We are, of course, dairy-free today, but we do have a milk.
Which is also dairy-free. It's actually milk that is nut-based, and it's I had decided to use almond milk.
So to complement the nuttiness of the cashews there.
Yeah, it's very smooth, it's very silky, so it's great. Here we use maple syrup, which is my favorite sweetener in the world.
So lemon juice, delicious.
Yes.
So just to brighten things up.
And here one of my most favorite substances. It's nutritional yeast. It's so delicious. Try a little bit. Yes.
It's okay. I'll take from the edge here.
Yes, try a little bit. It's beautiful. And I'm going to say the word that I'm going to give out the dessert.
No!
If I say the word. So I don't want to say the word, but later on we'll say the word.
But it's earthy, it's savoury, and it's going to perform quite a special function in the creation of our dish today.
Yes, I love it. So these are our wet ingredients. The dry ingredients are here. And here we have oats, my favorite ever. This is another superfood. It's the original superfood. And again, it's very important when you get oats to be good quality, because they need to remain still crunchy but to be soft when you cook them or when you finish with them, whatever. In our case, we won't be doing much cooking today. Pecan. Pecan, because this recipe requires pecan nuts. Normally you can use walnuts, but walnuts are a little bit more oily, although walnut is my favorite nut. But in this recipe, pecan, dates.
Of course, we are here in the UAE.
Very nice chunky vanilla with salt.
So what form does this vanilla come in? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Spinneys again is that they have different types of vanilla. They have it as a bean. This is a bean that has been chopped up. They have it as a paste. They have it also as a powder, and they have it as an essence. This is nice and strong, and I need it because this is a very stunning dish, and the flavor of the vanilla needs to be prominent.
It's delicious dates.
And a drop,
little
2
bit more
tablespoons of, just because I need some moisture in my dry ingredients, this is almond milk. We continue with the same theme, but it's just a couple of tablespoons to go for my dry ingredients. So here are the dry, here are the wet ingredients, and then we have berries and edible flowers to finish off the dish. Let me tell you exactly the titles of this amazing dish. It's raw, it's paleo, it's vegan, it's sugar-free, it's dairy-free, and it's gluten-free. So
please tell me it's still tasty.
oh, it's so delicious. It's so full on taste.
So we today are doing a dairy-free dessert with something of an ironic name. Go on, reveal what's the creation.
It's a cheesecake. It's a vegan cheesecake. It's a dairy-free vegan cheesecake. And to make it even more special, like I said, it's sugar-free and it's gluten-free. So for all those people that have awareness and have sensitivity to allergies, this is perfect. Unless, of course, you are not allergic. Then it's no good for you. So
let's start cooking.
Let me then start you off.
I say cooking. We're not cooking, are we, today?
We are cooking because you know what? This is raw cuisine. And you know raw cuisine, as in non-cooked cuisine, it's one of the very much trendy things now out there. Again, you have to be very careful what you do because who doesn't love cooked food? But this cheesecake actually, it's a cold set raw cheesecake. So what I'll do, I'll start you off with those. So please, can you chop them up very roughly?
I like very roughly because
Yes,
the
because
precision.
it's going to go into a food processor. All the dry ingredients will going to go into a food processor.
So we're just helping it out a bit with a bit of a rough cut.
Yeah, and I just like making her work really on this. You
As you
know. I know it's called farmer's kitchen and all this stuff, but hey, she needs to work.
Today at Silvena's
You know?
kitchen. We're going to give that food processor a bit of a helping hand by rough chopping these
Yeah,
pecans.
she cuts them so beautifully.
Thank you so much.
precisely,
If you're ever
you know.
looking for a sous chef.
Notice how there's no sense of urgency.
So in Omnia, what are the kind of the best-selling dishes when it comes to savoury? What do people really enjoy?
I mean, we have amazing breakfast. Our shakshuka is an award-winning shakshuka. The shakshuka actually...
With egg?
Yes, we make it with egg, but we have a vegan version as well.
Really?
With
How does
avocado.
that? Oh,
with avocado.
interesting.
So basically, it's like something that is very delicious, very special, and it wins always a Time Out Shakshuka award. So there isn't
I would
better,
love to be a
there
judge of a
isn't
shakshuka
better
award.
shakshuka in Dubai than Omnia Shakshuka. Take this for nothing. So then we also have
Award-winning.
amazing fish. We always have very fresh fish, always local fish.
And where in Dubai is the restaurant, chef?
It's in Fishing Harbour 1.
So you're right where the action
Yes.
is when it comes to seafood.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Oh, well, you've done very well.
Thank you so much.
I think I may thank Helen to work in my kitchen.
Steal me away from the studio.
Yes.
So we've got our component ingredients for our vegan cheesecake, and let's just have a quick look. So we've whizzed this up in the blender. This is our dry ingredients, so our pecans, our dates are in there as well, and what else has gone in? Oats.
Oats, pecan, dates, a little bit of for moisture, the almond milk, and then we have the vanilla and the salt.
Can I have a little taste?
Yes, this is superb. I mean, really, you're in danger of eating that on its own.
Okay, I'll have a spoonful and you can take it away from me.
I will. It's very good. It's very delicious, and of course, it's sugar-free.
That's
And it's
delicious.
dairy-free, and it's gluten-free. Yeah.
So we're going to be packing this down to make our vegan cheesecake in
That's
a
right.
jar. I
Yeah.
can eat that by the spoon.
Yes, I told you, I told you. So really try and do about a third of it now and pack it up and then use your fingers to kind of press it gently.
So we've got these small little mason jars, but
Yeah.
could you do this out
You
of
can
a
do
jar?
it in cups, you can do it in cups, you can do it in a big tray, it doesn't matter, because if you do it at home in a big tray, you can actually slice it, and with a spatula you can actually kind of spoon it underneath.
So if I push
and
this
go.
down,
Push with your fingers.
I use my fingers?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
push
clean
your fingers.
hands, I
Exactly.
promise.
Well, we're in the kitchen.
We
Hands
should
are always
do.
clean, yes.
So pushing that all the way down, and
That's
it is
right.
so moist. That's from,
Yes,
as you
the
said,
dates. But remember, we only put very few dates, so it's not like it's very, very dated.
and our
That's right.
wet ingredients have been whipped up too. So let's talk about soaking those cashews, ideally overnight, about 12 hours,
Yes,
if possible.
Yeah, here is the cheesecake mixture now. You know?
And it looks just like a dairy version.
Yeah, it really does. And it's like, to be honest with you, there are various ways of making it even more dairy-ish, just the taste. But this is a very good start for anybody who wants to try an alternative cheesecake mix. So the cashew nuts are probably the smoothest, the easiest, the least temperamental of nuts to work to create this cheesecake mixture.
And you've put it into a piping
I
bag.
only did because I think it's much easier for me to regulate and
Or
to,
easier for
to
me
work.
to regulate.
Well, there's a lot of people that are, oh, I'm not eating that. No, no, no. But once they see how delicious it is, you have a comfort right there and then. Of course, make sure they're not allergic, of course. Oh, look how fast she is now.
See,
you know?
this is my future career as a pastry chef.
And it does need to look beautiful and pretty and stuff.
Is that enough?
A little bit more,
Little more?
perhaps, a little bit more.
I'm so interested to taste this.
Yeah, so this needs to go and set.
And how long will it set for, chef?
So what we'll do now, we kind of tap it down so that it's nice
I've
and
just
set.
sneaked a taste.
Good. Well, that's the perk of the job.
delicious.
There it is. So it is beautiful.
So beautifully layered,
Yeah.
probably about a quarter of base and then topped up.
Yeah, that's right.
When we come back, we're dressing them to make sure they're table ready, and I'm having a taste. Stay with us on Farmer's Kitchen, presented by Spinneys here on Dubai Eye. So Silvena, what is left to do? We've packed down our base, we've used the piping bag to put in that lovely cashew cream. What is the finishing touch?
I mean, really, we have lots of berries here. Like we said, you can use any fruit you love. I just decided today to use berries because It's very beautiful. They're crimson, they're delicious, bright red on white virgin snow, so it's absolutely stunning. So if you would like, you can start.
So we've got
arranging,
some
much as like in the
raspberries
fashion
here.
Yes.
So slicing
It's
these.
gorgeous. I mean, the quality of this raspberry is phenomenal, and I will tell you, we are so lucky here in Dubai that in the middle of the desert we have flown, courtesy of Spinneys, of course, such a delicious raspberries and fruits
juicy.
and berries. I love the quality, I have to say, I really do, especially on the cherries as well nowadays. Figs, you know. So, you're doing very well. You're cutting very nicely.
Thank you so much, Chef. So we've got some raspberries, we've got some
knife skills,
blueberries under the expert tutelage, and we've kept a few pecans left aside too.
which I will now sprinkle on the top.
So getting that texture as well.
Yeah, just a bit of crunch. It's gorgeous. And then we are going to add some of our edible flowers.
Now, I've never used edible flowers before, and I'm seeing them more and more, including on the shelves at Spinneys. They've got little pots, and these, are they pansies?
They have varieties, you know, different varieties of pansies are the most common ones. Rose is the most common edible flower. The petals, you can slice them, you can infuse them, you can actually sugar coat them.
Yeah, I've seen that crystallized.
Crystallize them, you know, it's very beautiful, but you can crystallize those as well. And the thing about edible flowers is that they do have to be edible, because you cannot add non-edible item on a plate. Whether you want to eat it or not is up to you, but if you eat it, it will not harm you. This is the idea. And I'd love to put, I mean, Japanese use chrysanthemums, you know, which are also edible, but they have varieties and varieties. What is also very smart is the edible flowers of the herbs. Like, for example, the chive have a gorgeous purple flower. Thyme has an amazing flower, and I often see those on herbs left. So those do not throw away. They're the most potent concentration of the herb itself. And even here they will go well, because remember, this is a cheesecake. It has a slight savory twist.
Is it time to have a taste?
Absolutely,
please?
let's go.
So spoon is going in. This obviously isn't the first time you've had it, so you are an expert in the vegan cheesecake. How does this one compare, Chef? Some happy noises.
Listen, I love my food. You know what? This is super special, super delicious, creamy, delectable, velvety, silky, voluptuous, seductive. This is exactly everything you want from a cheesecake.
Chef Silvena, thank you so much for joining us on Farmer's
I love
Kitchen.
being here.
Keep in touch with the show, stay hungry, stay cooking, and send in your recipes through the website Dubai 1038 FM. We'll be back very soon with a brand new episode full of eating inspiration. Thank you.